Alright guys, here's another episode of Take a Look at How Ugly My Face Is. So anyway, who we got here in the background? Luke Bryan, I think it is. Anyway, great music on Go Country 105. Anyway, so today we'll just do a quick view of my face. As I said before, you guys have noticed, this is what happens to my face. Look at this. That's what happens to my face when I do 2 or 3 days of missing out on doing what I'm supposed to do, which is the treatments that I've been going through, that I made up, that I'm sure already has been existing and has existed for a long time, which is micro lesion therapy. It is rebirth by a trillion lesions. Anyway, it's an easy sell because the death cult loves everything that causes pain and suffering. And so anyway, there we go. Anyway, I've been off the treatment for 3 days, and as you guys know, and I explained so many times, when I don't exercise for like a week, it takes me 3 weeks to regain the muscle that I had before. Speaking of, I've got new weights. I've got a new weight system right here. Look at that. Look at that. A new weight system. And I love these new weights. And they're a little better than the other weights that I had. And the reason why they're better than the other weights that I had is because these weights here are great, but the women don't like them. They just don't like them. What is it? Nayoya. They're great for practicing and stuff, but they have 2 issues. One, most of these weights stink after a while. They stink often because the material, no matter how good it is, even if you clean it often, it just absorbs all the sweat. And then the second issue is, after a while, the sand will leak out of these things. So eventually what happened was with this one is actually the other one, this one, is the sand all leaked out and broke. So then I put 2 pieces of metal in there. Look at that. Look at that. This is real skin. Real skin and bone, not that wimpy stuff the new generations have, where they're all alpha and they put on their gloves and they hit the punching bag, and the punching bag is made out of rubber, and they need the punching gloves because otherwise they'll break their skin and they get all red skin and stuff. And I know it's pathetic, but they're alphas. They're alpha males. Try hitting some metal a little bit, you know? Do that for a few minutes. Make your bones strong. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Although I really love these weights here, they're really cool. The issue with these, and that's why I wanted to make these myself, and in the past I don't think they had these. These basically are metal wrapped around in rubber, and that's what I wanted to do with 3D printing. I want to make my own version of these, and then life got in the way, and then it never happened. But, you know, if it had a proper support system here and people actually cared about technology in America, especially here in Irvine, California, where nobody cares about drones, they don't care about 3D printing. You want them to be about, you know, cleaning the air, the soil, and the water. Nobody cares. So anyway, it is what it is. I came to America, the land of the free, the land of the woke, close to Los Angeles, but nobody cares about any of the stuff. And so after many, many years of living here, I gave up. And so that is why when I make these videos and I talk to people, I'm like, folks, 2025 is the worst year possible with what is going on with politics for any kid or entrepreneur to come to America. Don't come to America. It's a bad idea. There's so many other places you can go where they don't have the new and latest and greatest draconian legislation on flying drones. The FAA has gotten out of control. and all these other things. We don't even have solid state batteries here in America. I know it's a huge thing in other places in the world. Everybody's talking about solid state batteries. Our solar panels can only be 20% efficient, like windmills and a bunch of other things that other countries have really understood how to make efficient. We don't use technology like that uses, like vibration, for instance, to create energy. We don't use any of this cool stuff. Everybody else talks about it. If you go to, if you go to Russia, you go to China, you go anywhere in Asia and even in Europe, they're all talking about this stuff. But you can't do it. You can't make it here in America unless you're working for a special government agency or whatever. So, what is the point? Then you're going to come here to university where they're going to steal all your money, like what what happened to me and my parents. My parents must have thrown away the equivalent of what it would cost to buy a starter home, like close to $500,000 for education in this country. I went to the Academy of Art University, which I like to call the Academy of Farts, because basically it was the only university with scattered buildings all over the city instead of having a nice college campus. So it was really annoying to get to different classes. And here's the kicker. At the end, you only get I think we got 2 lessons on business, on how to do business, which meant that the only thing that we learned the whole time was how to do 3D animation and art skills and blah, blah, blah. But then we didn't know how to actually do the important stuff like job hunting and all that stuff. None of that was taught. So then when we left the university, we were on our own. Even though I spent time networking with good people, even the time I spent networking with instructors, they weren't really well embedded with the workforce. So once you're done, the best I could get was working with one of my professors, like $50 per 3D model. It takes a whole week to make a decent 3D model, right? And all I could get for it is $50. Imagine trying to buy a house, live a life on that. Are you kidding me? And that was many years ago. So now it's much, much worse with AI that's taken over everything. You can make 3D models just by pressing a couple of clicks. Why would you even come to America? I just don't get it. So don't do that to yourself. Then you have all these universities that are okay with getting into politics and stuff like that. And now with the current administration that we have, you can be kicked out of the country. Not just kicked out of the country and sent to your own country. You can be sent to a prison in Salvador or some random place where you may never come out of. So why would you ever send your kids to America in the modern day? Don't do it unless you've got $5 million and you're willing to buy yourself a golden Donald Duck card. So if you're willing to throw away $5 million and you're already super rich, which means you could easily throw away $5 million and you've got who knows how many millions or billions of dollars in the bank, then sure, come to America through that route. But otherwise, stay away. Stay away. You can have so many other better opportunities in other places. Why would you come to the past? Why would you come to a country that doesn't have bullet trains? I mean, France got bullet trains, Japan's got bullet trains, China's got bullet trains. We don't have them here. Why would you come here? I mean, there's so many bad things and reasons why you shouldn't want to come to America, and so many reasons why you should go other places if you're an entrepreneur or if you're a kid. Not to mention, I got attacked for cutting somebody off the other day. So even if there's nice people here, you could get into a knife fight or a gunfight or just get beaten up with you and your wife in the car by some stranger because you ticked them off on the road. Why? Don't do this to yourself. Don't do it. Don't come to America. Wait at least 10 years. Maybe it'll be better, but don't do it now. 2025 is the worst time to come to the United States. Just warning you guys, just doing the best that I can to help you guys out. Don't do this to yourself. Don't come to America. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with more of my ugly face.